More choice and a new set of user pays options. They're the headlines from a major shake-up of aged care being considered by the government. The Productivity Commission has released a 700-page plan to deregulate the system with more beds and services. If the changes are adopted, no one would be forced to sell their home, but there would be incentives to do so. Here's political correspondent Greg Jennett.
Caring for Jane's Story
Very nice.
is a full-time in-home job for her husband Roger.
She's got a lot better quality of life living here with me, and we still get out and about and go and see people socially.
He would stay where they are, renting in outer Brisbane, but
unfortunately I got behind in my rent and I've now got to move out of the house that I'm in.
the 61-year-old sold his home 4 years ago to cover health bills. He's drawn down his super and may have to consider part-time work.
You look after your loved ones the best you can.
In 40 years, 3.5 million Australians are expected to be under care in home or in the community, and this is the plan to provide for it.
You can tell a great deal about a society by the way in which it treats its older members.
It's a plan to deregulate and for the first time to treat responsibility for aged care separately to accommodation. For care, older Australians would pay up to a quarter of their own costs with a maximum lifetime limit of around $60,000. How they would pay would be a matter of choice between daily, weekly and monthly fees or by paying bonds, typically in the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. If they choose this method, a home credit scheme could be used to draw down equity in the home, or it could be sold and the value put into an age pensioner's savings account, which wouldn't count against the pension assets test.
For me and for the government, this is not a savings exercise.
Selling or borrowing against the home arouses sensitivities economists don't measure, but which governments have felt keenly before. That's why the Prime Minister's proceeding cautiously on all 58 of the Commission's recommendations. First, she wants a national conversation and preferably bipartisanship.
We will start aged care reform in this term of government.
Yes, there needs to be reform. We are not about imposing that reform from above.
Much of the aged care industry has pledged its support for the Commission's ideas. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.